Once Wolverine's got your scent, you have no hope. Wolverine tears apart a small bar in Stockton, California, having spent 4 days on a cross-country trip searching for a little red pickup. As he rips apart the patrons of the bar, he's got one thing on his mind: killing. The killing of 60 kids and hundreds more innocent civilians by the psychotic Nitro in Stamford, Connecticut. While everyone else points fingers and legislators pass the blame, Wolverine is on a manhunt to find the man responsible. 3,000 miles later, he's just found Nitro's getaway truck. Wolverine interrogates the driver as bodies lay across the floor. This guy had no idea who Nitro was, but Nitro paid cash. Will Wolverine? You got stones on you. Want to keep it that way? The driver gave up the location, a cabin out in Big Sur. Nothing but bears and birds out there. No civilians around for Nitro to fry. Logan hops on his bike and heads out, but he catches a scent. Logan's impressed. Not many people can track him this easily. Logan pulls over and scales a building, waiting for his tracker, Iron Man, to fly by. As soon as Tony Stark is within range, Logan tackles him to the ground. "Those repulsor boosts of yours, burning ozone. Might as well put up a billboard." Iron Man insists he wasn't trying to hide. Good thing, too, because Logan doesn't like having his skills or his intelligence insulted. Iron Man told Wolverine to let Nitro go, that someone with a cooler head would take care of it. But then what? Nitro gets to live out his days in a high-security prison, 3 square meals a day paid for by the American people? What sort of punishment is that for vaporizing kids? Nitro needs to be put down. Do I really have to give you the "this is how we're different from them" speech? Except Wolverine's not different from the bad guys. After all, that's why Tony invited Logan onto the Avengers in the first place, right? Because there are some things that Tony, Cap, Spider-Man, and the rest don't really want to do. On the other side of the country, a massively built surfer shreds some waves on the Florida coast. A couple other surfers get in the man's face, calling him out for lack of etiquette on the waves. The man doesn't respond, which really ticks the other guys off. Ooh, he thinks he's a tough hombre. The 3 men threaten to teach him some manners. Without a second's hesitation, the man attacks all 3 at once, leaving their noses bleeding in the sand. From afar, 2 secret agents watch it all unfold. They've found the right guy. Back out west, Wolverine relented, agreeing to join Stark's team of S.H.I.E.L.D. operatives. This team was going to take down Nitro anyway, at least try to take him down. No harm in tagging along. In Big Sur, the kid-killing psychotic fugitive known as Nitro sips his coffee and reads the morning paper. Suddenly, the sky goes black. He steps outside to see a massive ship hovering over his little secret abode. The S.H.I.E.L.D. commander orders his men to the ground. Wolverine mocks this approach. You think blotting out the sun gave Nitro enough warning? TFG, Tactical Fear Generation, SOP for dealing with guys like Nitro. Standard operating procedure, but the thing is, there are no guys like Nitro. There's nothing standard about dealing with him. Wolverine leaps out of the ship, ready to watch this plan fall apart. The S.H.I.E.L.D. agents open fire on Nitro. Their plan was to catch him by surprise, disorient him, and pile on with sheer numbers before he gets the chance to blow himself up. Bad plan. As agents creep closer and closer, Nitro's eyes begin to glow that familiar shade of orange. A fireball lights up Big Sur. The agents are fried in an instant. Logan's skin peels from his metallic bones. Can't say he didn't see this coming. Good news though, after the first 500 degrees, you feel absolutely nothing as you're vaporized into dust. Nitro stands alone in the hellscape that's overtaken the quiet landscape of Big Sur. With one hand, he flips on his phone. With the other, he grabs a bottle of pills. You know that cabin you fellows hooked me up with? I might be needing another one. Nitro struts through the wreckage he's just created. No bodies left as evidence of his carnage, except for one, a scalding adamantium skeleton. Nitro brags to his bosses. For those keeping score, he's now beaten Captain Marvel, the New Warriors, and Wolverine. Not bad. His boss isn't quite as happy with Nitro's hat trick. This isn't a game. Nitro just killed a man who's both an X-Man and an Avenger. That's a lot of powerful people who are going to want payback. The mysterious boss tells Nitro he's too dangerous and unstable to do business with. He's on his own. The boss's car pulls into its destination, the United States Capitol building. How high does this go? Nitro curses to himself as he walks to his van, somehow just far away enough to avoid being blown up. But in the window's reflection, he sees the face of a ghost. What the? Wolverine floors Nitro before he can try his little exploding trick again, popping his claws as he walks closer and closer. Logan stands over the cowering Nitro, his clothes burnt off and his skin still smoldering. Wolverine doesn't hunt him right away. Nitro needs to feel the pain first. A swipe of his claws takes a hunk out of Nitro's face. Wolverine's enjoying this. He beats the helpless Nitro to a pulp, keeping within an arm's reach the entire time. Logan noticed something when Nitro blew up. His hair didn't burn, his clothes are intact, and even his cell phone was unscathed. There's some sort of safety zone right around Nitro, meaning if Wolverine keeps the fight close, he's safe. Half a mile away, 3 sets of eyes watch the beatdown commence. It's the 2 agents along with their new surfer recruit, Jonas. The female agent calls her boss, telling him a new player has entered the game, and he's about to kill Nitro. But before he does, Wolverine watches Nitro beg for his life. After what he did to those kids, does Nitro deserve anything less? But you're one of the good guys. Good guy is a stretch. Wolverine explains what happens next. Nitro gets beat up for a few more hours, then they move on to cutting. If you're no longer breathing come sunset, well, that's not really my problem, is it? Nitro keeps talking, saying anything to buy him a few more minutes of life. What if he gave up a name? The name of somebody else who killed over 600 people? Wolverine was trying to make a point, but in fact, that's exactly what Nitro meant. Think about it. Nitro's never had that kind of power before. Didn't Logan wonder how that happened? Wolverine pauses to think, then drops Nitro to the floor. He's got 10 seconds to explain. Nitro reaches into his pocket, pulling out 3 shiny blue pills. Mutant growth hormone. Not that Wolverine needed the explanation. It makes humans more than human, but for guys like Nitro and Wolverine, it's like steroids, making them powerful beyond belief. Powerful enough to level a city in some cases. Wolverine shuts him down. Does Nitro think Logan cares about who his dealer is? But that's the thing. Nitro didn't pay a cent. The man, Nitro's boss, gave it to Nitro. No questions asked. This goes bigger than both of them. Nitro would say anything in this situation, right? Nitro stinks like fear, but he doesn't smell like he's lying. Talk! Very fast! If Nitro says one word Logan doesn't like, it's carving time. Nitro starts to give up a name, but they're interrupted when someone calls toward Logan. In a flash, the bare-naked Wolverine is tackled into the dirt by Jonas. Logan clocks the big surfer in the face, but Jonas doesn't budge. And this was going so well. Logan doesn't recognize this guy, but Jonas doesn't look like he's in the mood to talk. No matter, explanations can come after the fight. The two begin to trade blows, evenly matched in both strength and skill. Logan takes a step back, popping his claws and showing his advantage. Jonas pulls out a blade of his own, evening the playing field. They begin to carve each other up, painting the forest with their blood. This guy's good, but Logan's no slouch either. But what did Logan do to tick this guy off? A voice breaks through to shut all this down. The 2 agents. The woman orders Logan to stand down. Their quarrel isn't with him. Logan snaps his jaw back in place. They could have fooled him. Sure feels like they've got a bone to pick, but then it hits him. This is all about Nitro. The male agent handcuffs the battered killer, ready to take him away to pay his penance. Wolverine thinks about what Nitro said just before Jonas intervened. This is bigger than Nitro. He can't believe he's about to do this, but he tells the agents to back off. He needs that info about Nitro's dealer. After all, what's a hero's job? Saving lives or vengeance? Wolverine stands to his feet, ready to protect the guy he came here to kill. The woman remarks that Logan doesn't look like he has much fight left in him, since she's clearly never met him before. Jonas tackles Wolverine for round 2, and he hits like a Mack truck, definitely dealing with powers here. You guys made a really big mistake! Nitro's eyes glow once more, ready to end this fight for good. A quick zap to the back of the head with some futuristic tech puts an end to that threat. But Nitro's more than just his powers. He lashes upward, clocking the agent in the chin. Nitro rises to his feet as the blonde agent rushes toward him, blade drawn. Across the field, Jonas lays in the dirt panting as Wolverine weakly walks toward him. With a roar, Logan shoves his claws into Jonas's shoulder, not killing him, but neutralizing the threat. Logan leaps toward the 2 agents, ready to get a few more answers. Before he can, Nitro sneaks up and presses the woman's blade into the side of Logan's skull. Looks like everybody here wants a little payback. Why should I be any different? The woman mocks Wolverine. This is the man he's trying to protect. All they want is justice for what he's done. Logan wants justice too, but there are bigger fish to fry. Nitro cuts Logan off. If it's all right with you, I thought I'd just move on to the cutting. Logan's had enough. This entire little mission, he can't get through one conversation without someone interrupting. He reaches back and flings Nitro off of him, proving that his threat wasn't all that threatening. Wolverine pops his claws one more time, having shown himself as clearly the strongest one here. He tells everyone to calm down for a second so they can get some explanations. Are these guys from Stamford? Why are they so strong? Our strength is our birthright. It comes from our home, which is not your Stamford. In fact, it's not even this country, not even this world. Jonas reaches into his pocket, pulling out a clear mask. He pulls it over his lips and his skin begins to change. Jonas fully transforms into his true Atlantean form. Nitro murdered a member of the Atlantean royal family. Namorita was a member of the New Warriors, and she was the one closest to Nitro's blast. These agents are members of the Royal Guard, here for Princess Namorita's justice. On whose friggin' orders? The answer is standing right behind him. Namor, King of Atlantis, here for revenge.